Why is this night different than all other nights? The Passover Seder. This is how we do it.
Today we are going to go through the Seder step by step. For this, once again, we're going to go on location.
What does Seder mean?
Seder means the order. Seder literally means the order of things that are going to be done, because the Seder is made up of 15 different steps. We do 15 different things during the Seder. Kadesh, Orchatz, Karpas, Yachatz. There are the 15 words that represent what we do at the Seder. We will do them now, of course, one at a time. The first thing on the list is the Kadesh, the making of the Kiddush. Mm-hmm. So at this point, we take the wine, we fill up the cup, which is the first of the 4 cups that we will be drinking during the Seder. We drink 4 cups on the eve of Pesach at the Seder.
Each person does?
Each person drinks 4 cups of wine. If it's too difficult to drink wine, you can drink grape juice or a mixture of wine and grape juice. Some people do. We begin with the Kiddush. We rise for the Kiddush. We stand during the Kiddush. I will recite the prayer, the Kiddush prayer, holding the cup of wine. Then I will sit down and drink the wine, but the 4 cups of wine are drank reclining. So I will lean back on the pillow to my left and drink the wine. Savri Maranon, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, boirei pri hagafen, Baruch atah melech haolam, asher bacha banu mikol am, v'reimamanu mikol shem v'kiddishanu b'mitzvaysav, shehechiyanu v'kimanu v'giyanu lazman hazeh. One must finish at least most of the cup. However, there is a custom to drink the entire cup. And there is another custom, which is that we drink it all in one go. We don't stop in the middle of drinking, if possible. For many people, this is very, very difficult. But if possible, one drinks it in one continuous sip.
When you say a cup of wine, how many milliliters or how many ounces is a cup of wine?
The minimum size of the cup should be 3.2 ounces. That's the smallest cup. That's pretty small. The cup that I have been using is approximately 5.5 ounces. Okay. So this is almost twice the required size.
Why do we need to drink 4 glasses of wine?
4 times in the Torah does it mention that God took us out of Egypt, and each time it mentions a different expression of how He took us out, or He withdrew us, He saved us from Egypt. So we drink 1 cup corresponding to each one of those expressions of redemption that God redeemed us from Egypt. Now that we've finished the first cup and the Kiddush, we are now going to go wash our hands. In this case, it's a ritual washing of the hands, which we do not follow with a blessing. We do not make the blessing Asher Kiddishanu al Netilat Yadayim in this case. The reason that we wash our hands at this point is because the next step of the Seder is the Karpas, which is dipping a vegetable into a liquid. And when one dips vegetables into liquid, one should wash their hands before. Most people don't do this all year round, but for the Seder, everyone is careful to do it.
Before you eat your meal, do you wash your hands again?
Yes, we will be washing our hands again later.
Okay.
The next part of the Seder is the karpas, which is eating of a vegetable dipped in salt water. Now you might, of course, ask, why do we do this? The real reason why we do this is just so that somebody should ask, why do we do this? Because we are trying to engage the children in the Passover Seder. We need them to ask the 4 questions. So we do something which will completely mystify them. Why are we dipping a vegetable into salt water? What's the point? Right. Which is exactly what we were looking for. Why are we doing this? And then we'll be able to explain the whole point of the Seder to them. It's called karpas because karpas is a Hebrew acronym of the word samach perech. 600,000 Jews were enslaved, worked very hard, backbreaking labor in Egypt. That's the word karpas. And we dip it into salt water to remind us of the tears that the Jews shed when they were enslaved by the Egyptians. So we take a piece of the onion or the other vegetable that you choose. We do not necessarily return the onion to the Seder plate after we're finished with it. We dip the onion into the salt water, and we make the blessing, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri ha'adama.
Amen.
The next step in the Seder is the yachatz, which means to break the middle matzah. We take out the middle matzah, the Levi matzah, and we break it into two pieces. Smaller piece placed back in between the two matzah. Larger one of the two pieces will be set aside for, it's hidden away, and will later be taken out to be used towards the end of the Seder. Some have the custom to break the actual piece of afikomen that is set aside into 5 pieces. We set this aside. Many people put it underneath the pillow for later use. There are some customs that the children, after the afikomen is hidden, the children try to snatch the afikomen and then later trade it back for a gift or a present or something of their choosing. There are some who discourage this custom because stealing, even in this innocent way, might be construed by the children as something wrong, and so they skip this custom. We are now at the point in the Seder where we begin to recite the Haggadah. Join us next week as we explain a little bit about the Haggadah.
This is Esther Ben-Bihi, and that's how we do the Passover Seder.